Record. Okay. So this is first lecture of combinatorics, and this is the first question. From Pune to Mumbai, I can go by road, I can go by air, I can go by rail. So in how many ways can I go to Mumbai from Pune? Three ways. Road, air, rail. Question number two. From Mumbai to Goa, I can go by road, air, rail and sea. In how many ways can I go to Goa from Mumbai? Answer is 4. Now let me explain the answer. If I ask you the question, from Pune to Goa, in how many ways can I go? Okay. So I am saying that you should put your answer in correct English. Correct English by mean, when I say correct English, it means, so this first answer 3 should be like this. Either I can go from Pune to Mumbai by road or air or rail. This is important. So this or this or this is one way of going, this is another way of going, this is third way of going, this or this or this, or in English is plus in mathematics, or in English is addition in mathematics. 1 plus 1 is equal to 3. That is why this is 3 here. Similarly, road, air, road, or air, or rail, or sea. That is why this is 4. Understood? So this is addition principle. Most important, very important. Addition principle of counting. This or this or this, how many times you put or. If you put or 2 times, answer is 3. If you put or 3 times, answer is 4. Something like that, but it is easy. And now next question that we are answering is, in how many ways you can go from Pune to Goa? Let us see what English we are going to use. I will go from Pune to Mumbai by road or by air or by rail, and from Mumbai to Goa either by road or by air or by rail or by sea. So let me write down road or air or rail. This is first part. And road or air or rail or sea. This is English, correct? Now mathematics. This is one way of going it. R is plus. Another way of going it. R is plus. Another way of going it. R is plus. And is into. English and is multiplication in maths. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 3 into 4. Now this is okay. Why is 12 answer correct? Suppose I go by road from Mumbai to Goa. How many choices do I have? 4 choices. So if first choice is road, then I can go by road. So my final destination will be road followed by road. Second, road followed by air, road followed by rail, road followed by sea. These are the 4 ways. Or air followed by road, air followed by air, air followed by rail, air followed by sea. 4 more. Rail followed by road, rail followed by air, rail followed by rail, rail followed by sea. 4 more. Total 12. That is what is this. But because these numbers are small, 3 and 4, we can actually cross check and understood. Yes, finally it is boiling down to this. How many hours? How many times we have to add? And how many times? Suppose I say from Goa to New York. I don't know. I can go by air or I can go by sea. Only two ways. Then in how many ways I can go from Pune to New York? It is going to be same. Multiplied by 2. Answer will be 24. Do you understand what I am trying to say? And whenever we are going to use the word and in English, it is multiplication principle. Now, these are the two fundamental principles in counting. We will develop advanced techniques, advanced tools to solve difficult problems. But if you really say that I just want to use addition and multiplication principle, then majority of the problems can be solved if you are really good in this. And this is that simple. Or, and how many times and in between. Right? So let us check whether you have understood this principle or not and how you solve problems. So let the mechanism is going to be, I will write the question on board. You also need to copy it simultaneously. Then I will give you little time to solve. Then you should show me the answer. I will say whether you are right or wrong. And then if it is very easy question, I might not solve. I will just record the correct answer. And if it is a little difficult, I will explain how to solve. So let us do first question. Question number 1. Now there is going to be a lot of writing because these question statements are long. The solutions are very, very small, but then we have to do it like that. 3 different prices are to be distributed in a class of 12 students. Find the number of ways in which this can be done. Question number 1A, if a student is eligible to get only one prize, and same problem, second question, if a student is eligible to get any number of prizes. Okay, now I want answers in numerical, I mean final answer to be displayed, not factorized form or power, etc. The final answer need to be displayed. See, combinatorics is aligning your thoughts. There are no major calculations. In geometry, you had to do some construction, then only the problem would have solved. In combinatorics, you have to align your thoughts in such a way that The moment you come to know the statement of the problem, the things which are given to you, which principles of counting you are going to use, and then mechanically put those numbers which are given to you in the formulae of those principles and arrive at final answer. So we have to give direction to you, our mind, about how should we think about it. And the first principle that we have learned is addition and multiplication. First two principles, addition. So any problem to be solved using those two, we have to reframe the problem in the English wording the way we want. In this case, there are 12 students in the class and different prizes. Three different prizes are to be distributed. So if I take first prize in my hand, this is the first prize, pen, and I want to give this first prize to a class of 12 students. In how many ways I can give this prize to a class of 12 students? I can give it to student number 1, or I can give it to student number 2, or I can give it to student number 3, or I can give it to student number 12. So first prize I can distribute in how many ways? 12. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, how many? 12. Okay, I give it to one student and I take another. I want to give second prize, this is cutter, to the class of 12 students. Now, a student is eligible to get only one prize. The first problem, if I am solving, then this prize to whom I have already given is out of the context. He cannot receive my second prize. Therefore, second prize if I am checking, so first prize I have distributed. In how many ways I can distribute first prize? 1 plus 1 plus 1, 12 ways. And now I want to distribute second prize. In how many ways I can do that? 11 ways, because one student is gone. And third prize, if I want to distribute this whiteboard, third prize, I have how many choices?
10 choices.
10.
Therefore, answer for first question is product of this, which is 1320. Now, what is going to be the solution for second? First prize, how many ways? 12. Second prize, how many ways? 12. Third prize, how many ways?
1.
Okay, so total number of ways of distributing 3 prizes in 12 students. If there is no condition, any student can get any number of prizes. It is 1728 ways of doing it. And if there is a condition that one student gets only one prize, 1320. Now, why is this number so big? Because suppose student number A gets first prize, student number B gets second prize, this is first prize, student number B gets second prize. Then this is one way, the way we said, I go to Pune by road, and in how many ways I can go to Delhi from Mumbai? 4. So I am fixing. Suppose A has got one first prize, B has got second prize. Now C, D, E, F, G, like this 10 students are going to be there who are eligible to receive third prize. Is that right? So this is, maybe this is 10. Then I will say A has got first prize, B has got, C has got second prize, C has got second prize. Then B, D, E, F, another 10, set of 10 students. So if we look at, say, A, B, C, A got first, B got second, C got third. This is one way of having the distribution. A, B, D is another way of having distribution. First prize go to A, second prize go to C, third prize go to F, third, fourth, fifth, whatever. So like this, if I really start writing, and if I don't want a student to get more than one prize, I will have to list 13, 20 different ways of this. There will be 10 letters, total 10 letters. So we cannot write so many sequences of letters, and therefore we have to develop these tools. First position can be occupied in 12 different ways, and second position can be occupied in 11 different ways, and third position can be occupied in 10 different ways. Therefore first answer is 1320 and second answer is 1720. Problem number 2. Question 2 with some other ink. Question 2. How many 4-digit numbers can be formed if, question A, no digit is to be repeated? In the same number. Or B, and second question, repetition is allowed. Okay, show me the answers and do it systematically, slowly, don't rush. You should get correct answer in the first place every time. Digit number you want to form, let us solve the first 4-digit number. How many digits you have? Total 10 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. But if it is supposed to be a 4-digit number, you cannot afford to have 0 in the first place. So how many digits can be put in this first place? 9.
9.
1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. 9. And how many digits you can put here? If no digit is repeated, you have already put one digit here out of 10. Now how many digits you are left with? 9. So how many digits are available for second position? 9.
9.
How many digits are now available for third position? 8.
8.
And how many digits are available for fourth position? 7. That makes it 4, 5, 3, 6. And when repetition is allowed, first position, second position, third position and fourth position. First position 9, second 10, all the digits are available. Third, all the digits are available. Fourth, all the digits are available. Makes it 9000. So answer for first is 4536. Answer for second is 9000. Okay, it is 552. Let me stop recording. Question number 3. A letter lock has 3 rings. each marked with 10 digits. If a lock opens for one particular number only, how many unsuccessful attempts can be made to open the lock? This is simple question. Solve. The question is a letter lock has 3 rings, each marked with 10 digits. It is simple. I mean, you must have seen this kind of lock, and it opens for only one particular number. How many unsuccessful attempts? So total number of ways. This is first ring, this is second ring, this is third ring, and there is a something like this behind it. Okay, and there will be digits, maybe 0, 1, then 2, 3, something like that for all the 10 digits. And you can, by rotating that, you can bring one digit over here, and there are 3 rings like this. Okay, is it clear how it looks like? So 475 suppose is the number. How many unsuccessful attempts? The first digit, you can have 10 attempts, any of the digit can be there in this. Second place, again 10. Third place, again 10. So total number of ways you can write a number. It need not be a 3-digit number, because you can afford to have 0 here also. So it is eventually a 2-digit number. But in how many ways you can have a distinct number in this dial? 1000 ways. And how many of these 1000 ways, how many of them will be correct? Only one. 275 is correct. Say. Then how many unsuccessful attempts? 1000 minus 1. 99. That is what is the answer. Okay. Now, there can be many questions on addition and multiplication.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes. What is your doubt?
Sir,
Okay. Next problem is, I am a fruit seller. I have 3 types of fruits. I have fruits of 8, say apple, banana, and mango. Okay. I am a fruit seller and I have 3 types of fruits in my shop. And my shop is very small, and it has got a display where I can put these 3 fruits here, one fruit at a time. I can put one fruit here, I can put one fruit here, another fruit here, and I can display which 3 fruits I have. So in how many ways, I can arrange 3 fruits in 3 places? I have got place number 1 here, place number 2, and place number 3. I want to arrange these 3 fruits. There is an apple, there is a banana, there is an apple. I have many apples like this. There is banana. I have many bananas like this. And I have mangoes. I have many mangoes like this. But I want to show my customers which 3 fruits I have. How many ways I can display? I can arrange 3 fruits in 3 places. Very simple. Question in English that you should ask is, out of these 3 fruits, I want to display 3 fruits because I sell these 3 fruits at 3 different places. So in how many ways I can put a fruit in place 1? I can put it in 3 ways. Either I can put apple or banana or mango. Having put one of them, in how many ways I can put the fruit in second place? 2 ways and 1 way. This and this and this is equal to 6. So I can put it in 6 different ways. That is the correct answer. Now let me ask you a question. If I wanted to put in how many ways, suppose my display was only 2. I am selling 3 fruits, but my display has only 2 places. So in how many ways I can display these fruits? Now, answer is going to be, first place can be displayed in 3 ways and second place can be displayed in 2 ways. Again, the answer is going to be 6. However, if I have only 1 place to display, in how many ways I can display my fruits? 3. 3. What? I mean 3 is 3. The answer is 3. Do you understand this? Okay. Now instead of 3 fruits, suppose I am a vegetable, I have a vegetable shop and there are 10 different vegetables. V1, V2, 10 different vegetables. And then out of these 10 different vegetables, I want to display, say, 3 vegetables. In how many ways I can display 3 vegetables out of 10 vegetables? Or the question could be, in how many ways can I arrange 3 vegetables out of 10 vegetables that I have? Get first place, you can display in 10 different ways. So you have put vegetable number say 1 here. Then now you don't want to put vegetable number 1 also here and here, because only your customers will be able to see only 1 vegetable. You don't want that to do that. So 10 choices for first place, 9 choices for second, 8 choices for third, and there will be and in between. Therefore 720 ways of doing it. Are you understanding? If there is a space, yes, say 5, answer is 10 in the first place, 9 in second, 8 in third, 7 in fourth, 6 in fifth, which is 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6. Huge, big number. So let us create a notation for this. Notation. N belongs to natural number. Now you have to understand this wording also. I am saying in English but writing in maths. N is a number which is N belongs to natural number. N factorial is defined as N into N minus 1 into N minus 2 into dot 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 into 3 into 2 into 1. If the multiplication of natural numbers starting from 1 up to the natural number n is like this, all of them are getting multiplied to each other. Instead of writing them all of them like this every time, We will create a shortcut and we will say, we will write it as n factorial. So that is what is definition, and it is equal to, it is equal to by definition, and therefore I am writing it like this notation by definition. Okay, and let me tell you, 0 factorial, I mean, how will we do 0 factorial? Because in the factorial definition it starts from 1 and it ends at any natural number bigger than 1. So 0 factorial also many times will come in picture, whose answer is should be known to us, is defined as 1. 0 factorial is 1. We will find out. We will try to find out why 0 factorial is 1, but not now, little later. Presently, you remember 0 factorial is 1. So now if I want to write down the answer of this question, I have 5 places, 10 vegetables. In how many ways I can? Arey Arnav Joglekar, you have raised hand. I think you can lower the hand also, na? Otherwise it is continuous.
Sir, I had a doubt.
Acha, you have a doubt, therefore you are raising. So let me finish. Let me finish this and then you can ask them. Okay. So if I want to write down the answer, numerical calculations are going to be difficult. If I have 100 vegetables and 20 places to display, then the number is going to be huge. I don't want to waste my time in calculating that number, but still I want to report the answer. So I am going to use this factorial notation for this. So I will say this, if I want to write down this number in factorial notation, I will write it as 10 factorial, but 10 factorial is up to 1.
Factorial divided by
Divided by 5 factorial.
So this answer is 10 factorial upon 5 factorial. Do you all agree with this? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This answer 6 was 3 factorial. Okay, good. All of them up to 1 it is there. Therefore 3 factorial. This answer was 3 factorial upon 1 factorial. Because first place is 3. There are only 2 places here. And there are 3 fruits. So 3 factorial upon 1 factorial. Is that fine? Suppose there are 20 sports goods that I have in my shop, and display, I can display only 7. Then in how many ways I can display at 7 places out of 20 goods that I have? 20 goods that I have in 7 places. So if we draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First place 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Correct? So 20 factorial will take us up to 1, and we have to remove 13 factorial. That will be the answer. Is everybody clear? Sagarna samajhta hai?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if I have n objects, n distinct objects, and I want to arrange R objects out of these n distinct objects, how many ways we can do it? Exactly with the same logic, you have R boxes. Okay, total number of boxes are here. You want to put those for a display. How many objects you have? N. So in the first place can be occupied in n different ways, and second place by n minus 1 different ways, dot dot dot. What will be the number of ways that you can occupy the last place? We have total R. Total we have R. In how many different ways we can occupy the last place. So n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 dot 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 into what? What will be the last number that we should write here? If there are total r boxes,
N minus.
N minus R minus 1.
N minus R.
when they were 5 and total 10, we wrote 6. When they were
N minus R plus 1.
2, we wrote 2. N minus R plus 1. Now, each one of you should be clear why this number should be n minus r plus 1, because n minus r is from here. These from here onwards there are n minus r numbers. Is that right? These are r boxes. R is of course going to be smaller than n because you are supposed to arrange r objects out of n objects. So r is less than or equal to n. So you started putting them. So how many will be remaining? N minus r. So how many are there here? R. So n minus r plus 1 is this number. Next will be n minus r. Next one will be n minus 1 and so on up to 1. Need to understand this. Therefore, the answer for this question is this, but it is too bad to write it that way. And therefore, we will write it as n factorial upon n minus r factorial. And we will call this as n permute r. Permute means arrange. Permutation is arrangement. Okay, so whenever in question you have word arrange or permute, it means whatever we are doing now. Display, putting it for the show purpose, something like that. And the notation is NPR. Instead of even writing this n factorial upon n minus r factorial, we will write NPR. So 10 vegetable, 3 display, answer is 10P3, which is 10 factorial upon 10 minus 3 factorial, which is 10 factorial upon 7 factorial, which is 720. There are 7 English, 5 Marathi, and 4 Hindi books. In how many ways? Can they be arranged? On a shelf so as to keep all the books of each language together. So there is a shelf and you are supposed to arrange 7 plus 5 plus 4, total 16 books. You have to arrange in a shelf like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, so that All books of each language are together. Okay. Suppose there were only 7 English books and not 5 Marathi and not 4 Hindi. Then in how many ways we can arrange 7 English books in 7 places? I mean, on the shelf there are 7 places. So 7p7 ways, which is 7 factorial upon 7 minus 7 factorial. That is where you require 0 factorial. 7 factorial upon 0 factorial, which is 7 factorial. If there were only English books, they can be arranged in 7 factorial ways because they are distinct English books. Permutations, different permutations, 7 factorial ways. If there were only Marathi books, they can be arranged in 5p5 ways, which is 5 factorial upon 5 minus 5, which is 0 factorial, 5 factorial upon 0 factorial, which is 5 factorial. Okay, but if 7 English and 5 Marathi books, that makes it total 12 books. And how many places? 12 places. If there were total 7 English books and 5 Marathi books, and I cannot mix them because I want to keep each of them together. Okay, so if first I can put English books, 7 English books, and then I can put 5 Marathi books, or I can do first Marathi books and English books. So here I am using and, here I am using and. So English, how many ways I can arrange? 7 factorial. And Marathi, 5 factorial. And suppose only 2 languages, then this is one way of doing it. And another way of doing it is first arrange 5 factorial Marathi. So you put all of them together and consider that this is block number 1 and this is block number 2. So block number 1 followed by block number 2, or block number 2 followed by block number 1. So there are 2 blocks. In how many ways I can arrange 2 blocks? 2 factorial ways. Array, this is important. But the problem is not of 2 books. It is 3 types of books. So 7 English books can be arranged in 7 factorial ways, and 5 Marathi books can be arranged in 5 factorial ways, and 4 Hindi books can be arranged in 4 different ways. However, English, Marathi, Hindi, English, Hindi, Marathi, Marathi, English, Hindi, Marathi, Hindi, English. Okay, we can enlist that. English, Marathi, Hindi, English, Hindi, Marathi, Marathi, Hindi, English, Marathi, English, Hindi, and Hindi, English, Marathi, Hindi, Marathi, English. This is total 6, which is 3 factorial. 3 subjects, 3 places, 3p3. So this multiplied by 3p3, which is 3 factorial, that is the correct answer. 7 factorial into 5 factorial into 4 factorial into 3 factorial. The last 3 factorial is because of permutation of the subject. And first 7 factorial and 4 factorial is because of permutations of books at subject. Okay. Next question. Question number 5.
Sir, could you wait a minute?
I will start writing the question. You can keep copying because Writing question also will require some time.
Okay, sir.
5 boys and 4 girls. Are to be seated. Find number of ways in which they can be so arranged. If no two girls are to sit together. Okay, this is very important problem, and there are two ways of solving it. Two completely different approaches, and we end up getting exactly same answer. However, at the moment, presently, with whatever discussion that we have today, we can solve it only by one method. And maybe after a couple of lectures, we will be able to solve exactly same problem by one more method. Okay, so mostly I will take that. But if I forget, you remind me, sir, we were to solve question number 5 of lecture number 1. Okay. Now there are 5 boys and 4 girls. Of course, all of them are distinct, right? So that is assumed. And they are supposed to be arranged to take a photograph in a row so that no two girls are sitting together. This is the condition which is making this problem very difficult. That is the beauty of these combinatorics. One additional word in the given problem can change the configuration of problem from very easy to extremely difficult or maybe not doable. In this case, if it was only up to this, 5 boys and 4 girls, let them sit the way they want. We want to take a photograph. In how many ways that can be arranged? Easy, very easy. But the moment you have additional condition that no two girls to be seated together, it becomes a promising problem. If 2 boys are together, we don't have any problem. They can sit, but 2 girls should not be. So these 5 boys that we have, we can use them to separate 2 girls from being together. So we make this arrangement. Boy will sit here, boy will sit here, boy will sit here, boy will sit here, and boy will sit here. There are 5 boys, they are sitting, and then there is a vacant chair here, 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 and vacant chair here. Okay, so there are total 6 vacant chairs which
there will be
occupied. Yes.
so there will be only 4 vacant chairs, right?
Huh?
There will be only
There will be 4 vacant chairs because there will be only total 10 chairs. But we are solving problem and we are assuming that there are a couple of extra chairs are also available. So,
okay, sir.
so girl can sit here, can sit here, another girl can sit here, third girl can sit here, fourth can sit here. So then we will remove the empty chairs eventually and make them together. That is what is the mechanism. So these 6 chairs, either they are 4 of them will be occupied and 2 of them empty. Is that correct? 4 of the chairs will be occupied and 2 of the chairs will be empty.
Yes, sir.
5 chairs occupied by the boys will be always occupied by the boys. Up to this point, all of you have understood? So
Yes.
let us first find out in how many ways 5 boys can occupy 5 chairs. That is another way of saying in how many ways 5 chairs can be arranged such that 5 boys are sitting on them. 5 ways. Boy number 1 here, then you have 4 places, 4 factorial ways. First place can be occupied, first seat can be occupied by 5 ways, second seat of boys can be occupied in 4 ways, third by 3 ways, fourth by 2 ways, and fifth by 1 way. Therefore 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, which is 5 factorial, which I am saying 5p5. Number of ways I can arrange boys. And now it's time to arrange. The answer for girls is, we have only 4 girls and there are 6 places, 6 chairs and 4 girls. Answer is going to be 6 chairs for 4 girls, which is 6 factorial upon 6 minus 4 factorial. First girl comes to sit, she has 6 choices. Either she can sit here, 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 or here.
Second girl has 5 choices.
First girl, 6 choices. Second girl, 5 choices. Third girl, 4 choices. Fourth girl, 3 choices. 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 is 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 upon 2 into 1. That is what this is. And therefore, this and this is the final answer. Therefore, 5p5 into 6p4 is the final answer. 5 factorial into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 is the answer. Numerical answer is 43200. Question. 2 participants are raising their hands. They can ask their doubt one by one, but let me stop.
Sir, so